Thank you. Homelessness comes to many people at some time in their lives. For me, it started when I was 22 years old. My story begins with me being on the street.
So Jennifer, how did you end up on the street?
Well, I've been on and off the street many times, but the first time I remember I was doing my fourth year of university, and I had a lot of difficulty concentrating because of noise, and there was also I found I wasn't sleeping very well, and I had some mental health issues. So I ended up dropping out of school. I dropped all my courses partway through the year, and at that point, my student loans came due because I had dropped the classes, and I didn't know about things like welfare at that time, and I ended up on the street.
You lived in your car, I think, at one point.
Yes, I still had a car at that point. So I ended up sleeping in the car. I would find places to park, and sometimes I would be told to move the car in the morning or in the night, and I would just sleep in the back seat.
Where did you stay when you were homeless?
So when I was homeless, I stayed mainly on the streets, in bus stations and train stations, and sometimes I would sleep in the washroom somewhere. Yeah, and oftentimes I didn't sleep at all. So I found that I often didn't sleep because it wasn't safe to be sleeping in public places. So I would often stay up and go into a 24-hour restaurant, a 24-hour fast food chain like Tim Hortons or McDonald's, and I usually had to stay up all night. And if you fell asleep, the staff would come and wake you up. So I found I was often sleep deprived and very confused. I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going. So that's, yeah.
How did the system fail you?
Well, at the time that I first became homeless, I was living in a small town, and I was told it would take more than 2 years to be able to see a specialist, like a psychiatrist. And also, I just didn't have any help. Nobody told me where to go, what kind of help I could receive. So I spent a lot of the time just feeling sick and not knowing what to do. So I think that's mainly how the system failed me.
What is the nature of your illness?
So I hear voices. Most of them are scary and some of them are nice. But I find I hear them from all the time, and they're very disruptive to my life.
Can you describe the voices you hear?
So I have a few voices who are nice. They tell jokes and they protect me from the bad voices. Sometimes they will say that they're saving me from the bad voices, but I have some very scary voices too, and usually they're bothering me and attacking me and things like that.
How often do you hear the voices?
So I hear the voices all the time, even at night. Sometimes when I'm sleeping, I can sleep without hearing them, but recently I've been hearing them in my sleep too.
How do the voices affect your life?
I find them very disruptive. It makes it difficult for me to have good relationships with people because I'm constantly like talking to my voices, and it makes it difficult for me to go places because, especially in public, because I find people will look at me like I'm strange or something.
Yeah. How do you respond to the voices?
Usually I talk to them. I tell them to stop. I tell them to go away, and sometimes that helps.
Okay. Do any of the voices interact with each other, like the good and the bad voices?
Yes, they usually talk to me, but occasionally they'll talk to each other too. The good
Okay.
ones will tell the bad ones to stop. For me and for most people, it wasn't always like this. I worked, had friends, went to school and even university. I had hobbies like playing the piano and painting. Getting off the streets and getting help was not easy. I learned about resources like shelters and social workers and doctors on my own. Finally, 2 years ago, I found a place where I went for an interview, and one of their group homes accepted me. Hi, Richard.
Hey Jen, how's it going? Thanks.
It's good. So this is my new place.
Okay.
Come on in.
Thanks. So this is where you live?
Yeah, this is the front hall,
Okay. Oh my God, it's gorgeous in here.
and that goes upstairs.
Okay. How many rooms are up there?
There are 4 rooms.
4 rooms. Okay.
And if we come in this way,
Yeah. This is Brenda's office. I've been here once before.
that's Brenda's office.
Yeah, she's not working today.
That's where the staff works.
Okay.
And
She's like a house manager, right?
yeah, she's the manager of the house.
Okay. Oh, you got me cookies and
So
coffee.
snacks.
It's really nice.
It's been renovated recently,
Okay.
so it's very nice and bright.
Yeah. There's a lot of lighting.
And there's a small backyard. This is the dining room. It used to be an
Oh, yeah,
ambassador's
okay.
house. And if we follow through here.
Hey Sheila.
Hi, Richard.
How's
This is
it
my
going?
friend Sheila. Hi, Sheila. This is the living room.
Wow.
This is where we spend most of our time watching TV and hanging out. And
Yeah.
so that's the house.
Okay. Wow. It's amazing.
Yay.
You want to sit down and have coffee and talk?
Okay.
Okay. So hi Sheila. You're friends with Jennifer, and you used to live in this group home. That's how you two met.
Yes, I was here when Jennifer came and she was made my roommate. We became friends and got to like each other. She's really nice. I liked getting to know her. She's loyal and she's faithful and she's confidential and she's really supportive. You know, she knows when to be there for you just when you need it. And I really enjoyed the next year here because Jennifer was always there being my friend.
What's the best thing about living here?
I think the best thing about living here is the people. I really like having people around and having the support of other people.
Okay.
I can talk with them. We hang out. Sometimes we watch TV together. Sometimes we go for coffee together. And that's where I met Sheila. So I think it's a really good place because of those things. I think it's nice to have a place to sleep, have some regular routine, to get up in the morning and be aware that you're going to have a place to come home to. You don't have that stress every day of not knowing where you're going to be, not being able to tell where you're going to be sleeping that night.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress on somebody, especially somebody with a mental health condition. So I find, and everybody's really understanding about mental health because we all have some kind of mental health condition. So people don't look at you in a bad way because of your mental health.
Okay.
So I think those are some of the the really good things about being here.
Okay. This group home houses people with mental health issues. How is that concerning being at home with people that you can relate to, as opposed to the stigma side of things, of being mentally ill?
I find it's quite a contrast. I find it's a very safe place compared to being out in the real world, where people will often stigmatize you based on your mental health, especially if they see that you are talking to yourself, or if they notice that you have some mental health issues, they might treat you differently. But in this Forward House group home, I find that people respect each other and they treat each other nicely. And if they see that you're struggling, they will offer you support instead of treating you badly.
So they're understanding?
So people are very understanding.
More understanding, like they can relate to you?
Yeah, they can relate to you, and I find they try and help you, and we try and support each other, so we're like a little team. Yeah, great.
How long can you live here?
You can live here for up to 2 years, and but after that, you're supposed to start looking for something more permanent.
Like your own place, or?
Your own place, or you can move to one of the other group homes.
Group homes.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
After so much time on the street, I was very happy to have a place to call home. Now I have a part-time job and attend classes for fun. I play piano, I even have a boyfriend. Being homeless with a mental illness was not easy. I hope I don't end up on the street again, but it was also a valuable experience. Everybody goes through tough times and anyone can end up down and out. I also hope that this film will give hope to people on the street. Recovery and a home are waiting for you too.
Soft and green, what was once a venture I did. Lost my mind in the pages of some books that were unwritten, well too high. Tell me a lie, tell me a lie. Close your eyes, babe, might miss my love. Don't close your eyes, babe, it's not fair to my love. The wind, across the sky. Close